What is social policy? How does it help understand and improve our lives, especially in the ongoing pandemic? In this short video, I'm going to share with you a quick tour of social policy and what it's all about. When you look at apartments or houses on your way to school or work, have you ever wondered why their prices or sizes are the way that they are? Or why they're built in certain ways? When you walk on the streets, have you ever seen someone who is poor on the side of the road and begging for money? And have you ever been told or thought to yourself that their poverty is their own fault? When you go to school, have you ever wondered as you study why you're learning the things that you are? You're told that one day, when you finish school, you're going to go out there and get a job and work to earn money, if you aren't doing so already. Have you ever wondered why you get paid what you do? All these aspects and experiences of our livelihoods are actually determined by policies. A policy is basically a plan that institutions like the government or companies make. Social policy is focused on designing policies that shape and improve every aspect of our livelihood. Social policy designs policies that determine our working conditions, how we live in our communities, and how our communities themselves are developed. Houses and apartments are built according to government policies that determine how much space a person needs in their home to live, and by policies that allow housing developers to build as they please. And these developers often have the goal of just getting as many people into as little space as possible. Some people in society are poor, not because of their own choices, but because of policies about unemployment benefits or elderly benefits, for instance. If people get laid off from their jobs for any reason, they might not be getting the financial support they need to get back on their feet, such as to pay for rent or care for their kids while they look for a job. Or if elders can't work anymore, they might not be getting the financial support they need to pay for basic necessities. The curricula for schools that say what students have to study is decided by government policies that say what students should learn because of what the government wants for its future workforce. For instance, the government might want a workforce that is prepared for a society that is becoming more globalized and digital. And so, the government wants to have more workers who can code and collaborate with international partners. This is why skills like math, computer science, and English are emphasized in school curricula. We get paid what we do because of government policies about wages and how much interest banks can pay. For example, the government has policies that say what the minimum wage is that we can get paid for our work and how much of a raise that companies can afford. Not all policies will work. Some of them might not fulfill people's needs. Social policy's job is to keep track of people's needs, their livelihoods, and their well-being in terms of work, their homes, their family life, and to think up new policies when old ones start to fail. In the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, social policy plays an important role in helping us understand how people's needs are changing and how our existing policies that look after our livelihoods are keeping up with reality. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought a lot of stress to work life for many workers in essential jobs, like healthcare professionals and grocery store workers who are now being overwhelmed with work. Social policy can help us understand what policies to use to help people adjust, like workplace policies that limit overtime or which provide better overtime pay. The COVID-19 pandemic has also cost a lot of people their jobs, such as people who work in tourism, people who work in restaurants, and people who work in retail. Social policy can help us understand what policies people need to get back on their feet, like unemployment benefits, support for rent, or vouchers for food. Every part of our lives is planned by the government and by companies. Social policy looks at what these plans are and how well they actually fit people's needs in their work, in their families, and in their homes. My name is Anson. I'm Assistant Professor of Sociology in the Department of Applied Social Sciences at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Here in the department, we use social policy to look at what policies or plans that the government and companies have, and what policies or plans would make society more equitable and sustainable to live in, especially among the most vulnerable. On behalf of the department, we invite you to explore social policy, and we look forward to welcoming you into our community.